Hello and welcome to another edition of Mr. Floodstrom's Fantastic Forum. Today we are going to be looking at 9-7 sharing money. So for our mental math and reflexes, we're going to answer the question, are the following fractions greater than, less than, or equal to 1/2? So what we've got here is we're going to compare 3/8 to 1/2. And I've got 1/2 set up here so we can compare 3/8 to it. Now I've conveniently divided up this shape, which is the equal size to the whole of the half. And all we need to do is click in 3/8 and then compare to see which one is greater than or less than, or it could be equal to. So let's click in. So we've got it divided into 8 pieces because that's what our denominator tells us. And then our numerator tells us how many pieces we're going to fill in. So we're going to fill in 3. 1, 2, 3. So we should have figured out at this point that 3/8 is a little less than 1/2. So 3/8 is less than 1/2. Our next one that we are going to compare is 7/8. So again, we have our shape divided into 8 pieces, and now we want to fill in 7 because that's in the numerator. So I'm going to pause, give you a second to fill that in, and I want you to write down what you think is going to be the greater fraction. Hopefully you've had time to pause and you found out that when you fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the segments that you're ending up with 7/8 being greater than 1/2. Moving on. What does each person share if $1 is shared equally among 5 people? I want you to pause and think of what the answer might be to this problem. See if you can figure it out first. So hopefully you've had plenty of time to pause and kind of work this problem through on your own. So let's take a look at this together here. Our 2 important parts of this problem are going to be $1 and that it's shared by 5 people. Now, because I've got 1 and that's less than 5, what I want to break this down into is its smallest possible parts. So I want to change that dollar in for some change that might be easier to split up amongst 5 people. So we're gonna do we're gonna pretend that this dollar is actually 100 cents. So 5 times what gives us 100 cents. Then we could also look at it as 100 cents divided by 5 equals what? Now if we can isolate this 5 and this 10, it's going to make it a lot easier. And then just tack that 0 onto the end. So 10 divided by 5 is going to be 2, with the 0 on the end. So our answer is 20 cents. Alright, so if you could turn in your math journal to page 222. Give you a second to pause and pull that out now. Alright, so our first question is, 3 people share $54 equally. How much money does each person get? Now, what are the important parts of this problem? Well, I see that here we have 3 people and that they're sharing $54 equally. So we're trying to figure out how much money does each person get. So right here I've got my 3 boxes that signify the 3 people in the number story that we had. And then then I'm going to put up the $54 that they mentioned in the story. I'm going to break it down into tens right off the bat because it's a little easier for me to be able to move the $10 bills rather than change in a $50 bill right off the bat. So I'm going to pretend that this $50 came in 5 tens and 4 ones. So right off the bat, if we're sharing this equally, we're going to notice that we can give at least each person $10. So we're going to give this person $10. We're going to give this person $10. We're going to give this person $10. Oh, and then we have to stop because we only have two $10 left. But we don't have to stop distributing money at this point because we still have 4 ones that are left over. So we can take this one, put it over here, this one, and put it over here, this one, and put it here. So right now, each person has $11. What we have to do here is change in what we have for a different currency that's going to be easier to split up. If I have $20 here, how many 5s can I get? I want you to pause and think about that. Hopefully you found out that 20 divided by 5 is going to give you 4. So you should have 4 $5 bills. And again, we can distribute some of what we have. So we've got these 3 $5 bills. We can get rid of those, and we can give those to our 3 people. Now again, we have to change in what we have to help make this easier to distribute. So we're going to change in our $5 bill for 5 ones. Oh, and would you look at that? We've got 1, 2, 3 groups of 2. So all we have to do is take each group of 2 and put it in their respective place. And we effectively divvied up $54. So each person gets $10, $15, $16, $17, $18. Now this is going to show you a long division way. Oh, looks like I gave you an 8 already. So here's a way that I've learned how to do it when I was in school. So what we first do is we see how many times this 3 could go into this 5. And it can go into this 5 one time. Right? So this is actually a 1 in the tens place, so 10 times 3 is going to be 30. And you're going to subtract that from your total, which gives you 24. And then 3 times 8 is going to be 24, so you bring that down. So each person gets $18 with a remainder of 0. All right. Hopefully this presentation has helped you understand how you can share money equally in a couple of different ways. Look for another edition of Mr. Fletcham's Fantastic Forum coming to you very soon. Thank you. Have a great day.